Good evening, everybody. This is Julie, here for Gentle Cheer Yoga this evening for the cancer support community. I hope you all had a good day and that your yoga practice is a way to decompress or maybe just get in touch with your body, or, I don't know, maybe you're feeling a little logy or uninspired today, and maybe your practice is something that'll lift you up. Many different reasons that folks practice yoga. Good health within and without, good connections with others. Even though we're not together practicing in the same room, we are still practicing at the same time. So it's a great feeling of community. Please remember when you practice yoga that you need to honor your body the best that you can and look for ease within all of the postures that we do. So that means please don't do anything that hurts or feels very uncomfortable. And certainly don't do any movements that your healthcare professionals have told you not to do. Okay? So do what works, leave the rest behind. Enjoy the time to breathe and sit for yourself. So don't make too many great demands on yourself right now. Let's just see what happens when you start to move and breathe. Okay? So sitting up in your chair, please remember to sit well. We want to sit to the front of our sit bone. So we move the flesh of our back end and widen it back behind us so that we can flatten our feet on the floor, really sit our pelvis, on that chair without it tilting forward or tucking backwards. Okay, so sitting up tall, if we lift the shoulders up and then we exhale and roll them back and let them down, we feel a release. Not just squeezing, pressing, lowering, but a release. So take a few breaths, inhale. And as you exhale, just roll the shoulders back and release them. Even if you feel that there isn't any further for them to go, take a nice inhale and exhale and release them. Again. And exhale and release. I don't know about you, but my name is Julie and my shoulders are usually tight from stress or tension. So this is something we can do. And we can add the movement to it as well. Inhale the shoulders up, exhale them back and down without pulling, okay? Inhaling up, exhaling the shoulders back and down, just letting them release and relax. And again, inhaling the shoulders up, exhaling them back and down. Really feeling the release. And take a moment and sit. You can close your eyes if you like. Think about where the center line is through your torso. Maybe you can feel your sit bones on the chair. And notice that the spine rises up slightly forward of the sit bones. It's like a plant in a pot. Plant it in the center of the pot, even, not tilted one way or the other. And the plant grows steadily, straight up from the soil. So just imagine as you breathe, the length of your spine, like the stalk of a plant. Lift it up higher and higher. It's not perfectly straight, but it's striving to grow upright, tall and strong. It may bend and wave a little to the wind. Or turn its growth towards the light of the sun. But reaching upwards, always reaching gently upwards. The higher a plant grows and reaches upwards, the more rooted that plant becomes in the soil. Can you feel that? at rooting down into your hips in order to rise up through the spine. Pretty amazing. And then gently open up your eyes and let's make those nice gentle circles, our little serotonin circles. And basically what you're doing is you're rocking across the bottom of your pelvis, across the bottom of your hips. You're shifting your weight from one side to the other, from one sit bone to the other. And maybe you're leaning a little forward or leaning a little back, and it's okay. Your spine is still long, growing upwards, but it's reminiscent of the sturdy handle of a wooden spoon. As you stir a pot of soup, maybe, or oatmeal, whatever it might be. Let's make sure we circle in the other direction as well. These very easy circles can be big or small, right? But if they help us to relax and release a little bit more serotonin, it's kind of something nice to do, especially in the evening as you're winding down for bed, right? There's no right or wrong here. Just enjoying this movement. Just enjoying the movement. Beautiful. Then come back up, sitting tall, your spine blowing out of the pelvis. Take a minute and feel your feet. Hopefully your feet might be bare, okay? If they are, that's a great time to kind of wiggle the toes, squunch on your mat a little bit or on the floor. Give your toes a little bit of love. Now we're going to take our fingers and hands and we're just going to move those fingers, kind of like playing a piano. Start with the pinkies and then start with the index fingers. Kind of get a little movement. We'll start with those hands and feet. Awesome. Good. We've been rolling the shoulders. So we started out at the very beginning rolling the shoulders. Let's do that again. It's going to just make bigger shoulder rolls. Feel the elbows lift and make circles on the right and the left side. And then this can get maybe a little bit bigger as you raise the elbows up, but only work at the pace that you want to work. So you go as slow as you like or as quick as you like. Just try not to let the breath or the body get ahead of the other. You can even do one arm at a time. You can make big circles, inhaling and exhaling. Noticing the range of motion that you might have in your shoulder. And it may be less or it may be more. It doesn't matter. It's moving. That's a good thing. We're moving and we're breathing. Oh, nice. Just kind of roll them together once again. Now let's take our palms and press them up towards the ceiling. Oh, how does that feel? Wow. Not only is this a big stretch and a big lift, work for the muscles on the top of the shoulder, it's also a way to strengthen your abdominals and back. And then release down, pressing out through the palms to the sides. And then to the front, let's take the top of our wrists. So we're going to let our fingers hang down. Let's take the top of our wrists up. Good. Nice. And then when we come down, we're going to turn the hands so the palms are lifted, the fingers relax and begin to flow downward. Nice. Very good. Very good. Circling the wrists now. One way and then the other way. Bringing the hands to heart center. Maybe we're just going to move a little bit from one side to the other with our forearms, kind of noticing once more how our shoulders feel, how our upper back feels. Breathe. Inhale and exhale. Go nice and slow. Or you can just breathe normally and change the pace a little bit. It's completely up to how you're feeling this evening. And it's okay if your hands aren't completely together. If you can't keep the heels of the palms together, don't worry about it. Good. I'm going to take a look. I'm going to ask you to point those fingertips out towards the front and the back in. Nice. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, Exhale, reach. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. And exhale. Oh, great job. Let's see if we can take these hands that are together up overhead. And again, it's okay if you can't keep the heels of the palms together. Don't worry about it. Good job. You can notice that there's work going on in your waist. Can you relax your shoulders down a little bit more for a moment? And feel that it's like there's a circle around your waist that's kind of hugging in towards the center. Inhale here, exhale, release the arms down the sides. Let's give yourself a moment. Whew. All right. And put your shoulders back, reach out. So let's think about our feet and our knees, okay? So very gentle movement here. Inhale up and exhale, bring your knee in towards your chest. Beautiful, and switch. Inhale, you can take the arms up a little or a lot, and exhale the other knee in towards your chest. Let's do that a few times. Inhaling and exhaling. And does it matter how much you pull that knee in or draw that knee in? No, it's really up to you. We're not looking to curl up into a ball, but you don't have to have that upright military position. The closer you can bring your knee towards your chest, the more your spine will round, and that's perfectly normal. And up. Remember that plant going up out of the pot, right? It's your spine growing up out of your pelvis. So when your pelvis comes back to neutral, which is where it is right now, you can feel the spine lengthen. If you're bringing the knee in a whole lot and you feel your pelvis kind of tuck back, then of course your spine's going to round. And one more time, upright with an even pelvis. And then as we bring the knee in, the closer the knee comes in, the more the pelvis tilts toward the back of the chair and the more the spine rounds. And that's okay. That's normal. Let's practice a little bit of balance. Warm up more through the bottom of our legs. Roll the shoulders back, pick up one knee and circle the ankle one direction. Doesn't have to be far from the floor. And then the other direction, because it feels good. Yeah, and then the opposite knee lifts. Try not to let this change your posture too much. We want to keep a tall spine. You may lean slightly back, but your spine is still tall. Good, both directions with those toes and lower. Nice job. So warming up the knees just a little bit more. Inhale here, exhale, extend out the right leg, heels down, toes up. Good, this is a big stretch, and it's okay if you can't straighten your knee all the way, but lift your toes. Lift those toes. That's a great, wonderful stretch. Let's bring the arms up. So now we're stretching out through the back of that right leg. We have relaxed shoulders and we have a nice tall waist. So we're actually working those abdominal muscles. Beautiful. And keeping a lifted feeling with the back. Place the fingertips behind the ears. Stretch the elbows nice and wide. Gorgeous. Inhale and exhale and let go. Let's try the other leg. Stretch it out. Heel down, toes up. Again, unbend the knee as much as works for you. Sitting up nice and tall. Keep lifting those toes up, 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 up. Now we're going to take our hands and you can press your palms or you can clasp your fingers and press your palms, whatever way works. Inhaling up. Again, try to keep your shoulders relaxed away from the ears. Neck is nice and long. Big reach. Feel the waist draw in, kind of like it's cinching itself. There's a couple muscles that run crossways, one across the front of the back, one more to the back. They're very deep muscles. And they hug in towards the center. They're not long like the muscles of the rectus abdominis or cross-hatched like the muscles at your obliques, sideways. Inhale here, exhale, release. Great feeling, great feeling. Let's work with this just a little bit more, okay? Make a little bit of a flow out of it. So sitting up nice and tall. Inhale the arms up. And as we exhale, we're going to take one leg out and give ourselves a little bit of a forward bend. Just a bit, hinging at the hips, bending forward. And then we're going to come back up. We'll bring that foot back in and exhale, forward bend with the other leg extended out. You're hinging from the hips, so your back is nice and long. It's not rounding. And let's go back and forth. Inhaling, exhaling. Inhaling. When you hinge to keep the back nice and flat, you have to draw those bellies in, the abdominals in a bit. Inhale, exhale. Oh, such a nice stretch for the back. Inhale. Again, if it gets too much for your arms, you can keep your hands at your waist. You can do whatever works for you. You can keep your arms here if you like. Doesn't really matter. Oh, nice stretch. One more time each side. Inhaling and exhaling. Oh, wow. Inhaling and exhaling. Just take your time and feel it. Notice where you're feeling it. Maybe you're feeling it in the back. Maybe you're feeling it in the legs. Then come on back up to the center position. Oof. We got a little bit of warm up there. Let's continue through to the hips and the waist. Sitting up nice and tall. We're going to circle our hands. So circle to the left and bring them over to the right. So maybe one hand is on your right thigh, the other on your right hip, and you're going to roll the right shoulder back and press the left shoulder forward to the side wall. Nice twist. Stay tall. Then we're going to sweep to the other side. Inhaling, sweeping the arms over to the other side. Exhale. Keep the spine nice and tall because it doesn't matter where your hands go. Very often I'll see people, to get their hands to their legs or the chair, they bend over. We really want a tall spine when we twist. Let's go back and forth with this. Inhaling and exhaling. As you twist, you can even look back over your shoulder if your chin is parallel to the ground or slightly tucked. Inhale and exhale. So you can just raise the arms up. You can sweep the arms over. You don't even have to move the arms that much if you don't want to. It's completely up to you. You'll notice when you take a deep exhale into the twist, the belly draws in, it supports the twist. You might also notice that your hips are moving in the chair, and that's okay. They need to move when you twist the spine. So, and these are the last two. Inhale, inhale, and exhale. Beautiful. Love those twists, right? Love those twists. Kind of getting that waist warmed up a little bit. We're going to continue on warming up the waist. So feet here, shoulders roll back. So your feet can be a little wider than hips width. It's going to give you a little bit more stability. Knee and ankle lining up is always a great way to go. You get maximum stability there. Because even when we hinge forward, right, it's not just about the muscles right here at the hip and the torso and the upper thigh. It's about your feet pressing into the floor. All right. So if we were to mimic a chair pose, we bring our hands to heart center. We press through our heels, hinge forward and widen our butt back a little bit. So the heart is lifting here in this chair pose while we're sitting in a chair, but your back end is widening behind you. You're pressing through the heels of your feet. The heart is slightly lifted. Engage the waist, the right and left sides of the waist in towards the center. Nice. Push into the heels, inhale up. And then exhale on the chair pose once again. Pressing through the heels, hinging. If you lift the heart just a little bit, you'll feel a little bit of a back bend, but you have to engage the waist, the sides of the waist in towards the center. And one more time, inhale up. And exhale in chair pose. So you want to engage the leg muscles here, even though you're sitting in a chair, right? You still want to engage, just gently pressing down through the heels, firmness in the belly and the waist, a little lift to the heart, wide to the hips behind you, and release. Nice, gorgeous, 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 great job. Great job, great job. Do a little bit more work here. So hands to the sides, hinge to the side, or side bend. Inhale, exhale. So you'll notice this is different because we're not moving from a set of joints like when we hinge forward, right? We're actually side bending the vertebrae of the spine. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. You have to keep the waist and the back muscles firm so we don't collapse as we bend from side to side. Inhale and exhale. So there is that hugging into the center, that feeling of a corset drawing in towards the spine itself. So when we begin to add a little bit more resistance to this, it uses more strength of the core muscles. Inhale here, exhale. So it's not just the oblique muscles on the side of the waist. Inhale and exhale. It's also the muscles on the front and the back of the waist. So hug the ball in. You're going to notice an opening on one side of your waist, your rib cage, and a tightening on the other, and an engaging inward of the abdominals. Inhaling up, exhaling. So this feels like work. Inhaling up, exhaling. Let's see if we can make it feel a little better. Inhaling up, exhaling over and hold. And even if your hand isn't that high, it doesn't matter if your arm comes way up and over, but we're holding the side bend. We're kind of lifting the rib cage up and away from the hip so we can really feel opening on that right side. Still work going on, right? You're still kind of hugging in towards the center with the abdominals and back muscles. And then let's switch, inhaling, keeping the lifted rib cage, exhaling over. And again, we're kind of lifting the ribs up and over. So we want to feel this on that side of our waist where the rib cage is. Breathe in, breathe out, doing great. Doing great. Breathe, breathe, breathe. And then when you're ready, inhale up. Ah, nice. Exhale. Good, 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 good. So let's do a little bit of circling just to release. Because you may find that you get tight. When we do side bends, sometimes it's a lot of work for the abdominals. So you might feel some tightness, and that's okay. It happens. Let's go the other way. Yeah, there we go. Great job. Sitting up nice and tall. Let's put a few things together here. All right, roll the shoulders back. Let's press the palms all the way up towards the sky, inhaling. Exhaling, fingertips behind the ears. Inhale, palms up. Exhale, turning to the right. Nice. Inhale, up and over, turning to the left. Inhale, turn your chest to the center and hold your hands either behind the chair or hold your thumbs. So you can hold the back of the chair or you can hold behind your back, hold your thumbs. It opens up the front of the chest. Just breathe, you're doing great. Let's open up some of those muscles higher up on the chest. Inhale here, exhale, bring the hands on the thighs, hinge. And then once you get maybe 60 degrees, then what I'd like you to do is pull your belly in and lift the back of your rib cage up towards the sky. So round the back a little bit. If you want to rest here, you can bring the forearms and elbows right down and release the head a little bit. You're going to feel some stretching in that part of your back above the back of the waist of your pants. And then look up at me. Heart looks forward. Hands on the thighs. Come on up with a strong back. Great job. Very good. Putting it together. Inhale, press up. Pressing down into your seat. Exhale, fingertips, elbows, wide chest. Inhale, up once again. Okay, so now for this exhale, let's bring the hands out front and open up the back of the shoulders. Just take a moment here. Let's even add on to this a little bit and hold our elbows and slide the forearms from one side to the other. You'll feel this is stretching. We don't want to yank or pull. We just want to slide the forearms. And if you like, you can even slide them in a circle. Counterclockwise and clockwise, whatever works for you. Good job, very nice. And then switch whichever's on top. And once again, slide from one side to the other. Breathing, breathing. And then making circles if you like. Big ones or small ones, whatever works for you. Counterclockwise and clockwise. Ooh, feels good. And release. Great job. Inhale for the twist, arms up and over, take a turn. Oh, wow. Once again, inhale, up and over, take a turn, exhale. For the next inhale, place the hands behind the back. Open up the chest, breathe. And then on the next exhale, bring the elbows down and pull your rib cage and belly back and upwards. And then look up at me, walk the hands up. Great job. Very good, very good. Let's take a wide stance with our legs. So knees and toes are turned out, and basically they're going in the same direction. Knees and toes go in the same direction. Knee joints line up over the ankle joints, can give you a lot of stability. Okay, and we're gonna need some stability here, okay? Because we're gonna be extending our body. Let's start out with these fingertips here. And I want you to reach to the left, to the left, to the left, to the left. Good, 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 good. And then switch, inhale and exhale. Reach to the right, to the right, to the right, to the right. Good. Breathe. Now with the palm up, to the left, to the left, to the left. I'm going to hug. You're going to feel that natural feeling of the waist hugging in. Inhaling and exhaling. As you reach, breathe, breathe, breathe. While you're working your abdominals in this way, keep breathing. One more time each side, palm up or palm down, whichever you prefer. And the other way. Woo. Gorgeous. Nice job. So with your hands on the thighs, you're going to stretch your back a little bit. You have the option of staying tall or hinging a bit from the hip. Okay, so we want to keep the knees in this wide position. We don't want them buckling in. So we're just going to keep the hands around the inner knee, at the top of the knee. Elbows are bent. Inhale here. Exhale, straighten the right elbow. Turn your heart to the left. Good. So we're not pushing against our inner knee, right? With that right hand. We're just keeping the knee from collapsing. Inhale, back to center, both elbows bend. Exhale, straighten the left elbow. Turn your heart to the right. Good. And do it a few more times. Inhale and exhale. You may feel this in the back of your lower waist. Inhaling and exhaling. You may feel this in the inner thighs. Many places that you could be feeling sensations as you do this back and forth. Inhaling and exhaling. This is a great one to do. Inhaling and exhaling. You just have to be careful. That's all. We don't want to do anything that hurts. It feels very uncomfortable, right? Oh, so nice. Come back to center. Woo. Awesomely awesome. Walk those feet in. Okay, so now we're going to take the right heel out and the left heel out. So you're straightening both legs, heels down, toes up. You want to roll the shoulders back and strengthen the arms a bit. So can you hold on to the back of the seat of your chair? Right? Your elbows are kind of out to the sides. You've got your palms down. However, you need to hold on to the chair. And just think about lifting your heart up towards the ceiling. You don't have to drop your head back. Just lift your heart towards the ceiling and your head is just going to lengthen. Your neck is going to lengthen. Your head is going to stay slightly lifted. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Woo. Inhale here, exhale, pull the belly button, come on up. Woo. Great job. Very, very good job. In. Very good. Give us a little bit of length, which is something that we really need. Okay. So let's work on something fun. Use the hips, Let's lift the right knee up and extend it out. Place the foot down. And then extend out the right leg. So find where you can, in your chair, comfortably extend out this right leg. So it's out to the side of it and the toes are lifting. Okay, good. So the other leg, we have the knee bent, right? So what we'd like to do is I want you to take a look at the inner thighs of both legs. And I want you to move this leg in the front with the bent knee out so that you have a 90-degree angle between the thighs. right? So both legs are turned out. One is straight, the other one is the bent knee. Good, 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 good. Very good. So I'd like you to turn your heart towards the leg with the bent knee. So you're twisting just a little bit. Good. Now, depending on how you're sitting in your chair, I have a slippery chair. We don't want to fall out of the chair. So we're going to take this right arm out, which is kind of over the right leg, but our heart is turned towards the bent knee, and we're going to reach. Now, if you have to hang on to your chair, that's okay. All right, maybe you do, maybe you don't. All right, but I'm reaching. I'm not trying to reach my fingers down to my leg. I'm reaching parallel to the leg, getting a side bend. So my waist is turned to the side. Good, 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 good. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Maybe there's a little bend in this front knee. Okay, this long knee. And then come on up. Good job, very good. Let's bend that, walk that in. Now we'll switch. So we're going to take this left leg out wherever is good for you as far as how wide you want to stretch it out. Heel down, toes up. And then we want that 90-degree angle between the thighs. So find that, walk this right foot out with the knee bent to find that 90-degree angle. And then turn your heart towards the bent knee. Good. Roll the shoulders back. Here we go. So now we're stretching out this left arm, and we're going to hinge to the left, keeping the left arm parallel to that straight leg underneath it. You can hold on to your chair if you feel the need. It's fine. It's not going to affect anything, and it actually might make you feel better. So use anything that might make you feel better. Keep the heart open. Nice, nice, nice reach. Firm the belly. Keep hugging in towards the center. One more breath. And exhale, come on up. Nice job. Bend that knee. Oh, lovely, lovely, lovely. Let's move the knees a little bit. Let's take both knees to the right and then both knees to the left. So we're sweeping the knees. So you're rocking across the bottom of your feet. You can feel your thigh bones moving in the hip sockets. And you can feel your feet roll to the inner and outer edge as the knees sweep from one side to the other. Great, great job. Let's sweep the knees to the right and hold them there. Good job. Take those hands up in the air, lifting up, inhale here. Exhale, turn your heart in the opposite direction. Your knees are pointing. Good, float the hands down, stay up nice and tall. Breathe, breathe. Good job. And then come back to the center position. Bring the knees up. We're going to sweep them from side to side. Once again, they're about hips width apart. They're not stuck together. Rocking across the bottom of the feet, and notice how this feels. And then let's rock over to the left side. Find your comfort place here. Roll the shoulders back, stay up nice and tall. Inhale up and exhale, turning away from the direction your knees are pointing. So if your knees are pointing to the left, you are turning your heart to the right. Stay nice and tall with the waist. Good. Again, don't do anything if it hurts, okay? Breathe, breathe, breathe. Each exhale, an opportunity to twist a little more. Just one more. And release. Great job. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Good job, everybody. Hope you're feeling okay. As always, if you want to take some of those hip circles, you can do that anytime you like. Go the other way. Woo. Good job. Stick your arms out nice and wide now. Palms facing forward. Just feeling your width. You can soften the shoulders down a little bit. Keep the elbows slightly bent. Just feel your wingspan, how far apart your fingertips are. Good job. Keep holding this position. Both your arms are in line with each other. And let's take the right heel out, right? So straighten the right leg, toes up. And then we're going to take left arm down, right arm up. Oh boy, do you feel that? Lengthening all the way up through that right side, to that right leg. Breathe, breathe, breathe. You can breathe even when your abdominals are working. It's a good thing. And then bring the hands back up. Wow, and release. Great job. Roll the shoulders. Good job. All right, bring that right foot back in. Roll the shoulders, bring the arms out once again. Soft. It's like little energy pulsations coming out through the tips of your fingers. But your fingers aren't stiff or firm. They feel soft. Good. And then we're going to stretch out this left leg, heel down, toes up. And then we're going to begin to reach to the other side. One arm down, one arm up. Oh boy. Reaching up through the left side now. Feeling that length in the left leg and also on the left side of the waist. If you can't keep the bottom hand straight, it's too much, or you can put it wherever you feel supported, okay? Palms facing front. It's going to really open up the chest. Feel the back and the front of the waist tucking in. Wow. Breathe, breathe, breathe. And inhale up. And exhale down, breathe. Great job. Strengthen some of those upper back muscles, which I think is really, really important. All right. So now we're going to work on a little bit of forward bending. As you notice, we're doing a lot of sitting this evening. So let's inhale up with a nice tall seat. And as we exhale, begin to hinge forward. And then as your chest is closer to your thighs, lift the back of the rib cage up, hug the back of your legs with your arms and relax your head down. So let your back round. Beautiful. Breathe. You can even release or relax your hands down your legs, down your shins. Let the back soften. Only go as far as it feels okay for you. See if you can release and relax the back. Nice. Place the hands on the thighs now, elbows bent. Push into the thighs, lift your heart and your face, look forward, straightening the spine to come all the way up. Beautiful. Let's just do that a few more times. Inhale up and exhale to your forward bend. As you get more than halfway, you have to lift the back, round the body, hug the legs, or release the hands towards the floor. Let everything kind of soften. Whew. And then when you're ready to come up, hands on the thighs, push and stretch the spine long, then come on up. All right, so we're going to change this just a little bit. And if it doesn't work for you, then do it this way. Okay, let's extend the right leg out, inhale up. Okay, here we go. We're going to exhale and hinge, wrapping the arms. Now you may notice you have to bend this right knee a little bit more, but that's okay. See if you can gently round the spine with one leg a little straighter, okay? You may feel this more challenging. Pull and draw the belly button in and up. Good. Now you're going to place both hands on your left thigh, the knee that's bent. Push, stretch the spine forward straight and come on up. Great job. Awesome. Take the other leg out. It's okay if you have to bend the knee more when you forward bend. Don't worry about that, okay? Inhale up and exhale. As you get lower than halfway, you've got to lift the back of the body up towards the sky, rounding the spine, gently hugging the back of your legs. It's okay if you bend this left knee a little bit more. Just kind of see if you can tuck the belly up and in, lift the back of the rib cage, soften. And then when you're ready, engage the belly, place both hands on this right side, push down to stretch the spine long first and then come up. Now you may have noticed, some of you, right, that when you did that forward bend with that straight leg and you were rounding it, you probably could have touched your toes. But I didn't mention that because I didn't want that to be a goal for you. But if you do practice this pose when you're warm, this type of forward bend with a straight leg, then you have that option. But it's nothing that we're reaching for, grasping for. We don't ever want to use our arms or hands as weapons when we practice yoga. We want to stay really present in our body and do things that feel good to us. And if it happens naturally, then that's awesome. Try it. But if not, no worries. Sitting up tall, tall, tall. We want to stretch a little bit more of some of the areas that are typically very tight. And your piriformis, so the muscles of your gluteus, are that's one of those areas. So sitting tall, I'm going to give you a challenge. If you want to do it, you can try it. So 1, 2, 3, cross your left leg over the right. And maybe you can't do that. Maybe you can only cross the shin or the ankle. That's okay. And then put it back. Let's try the other side. Sit up nice and tall, engage your abdominals, and bring that leg over. Good. So you notice how much work this takes. And release it. Okay, let's do one more time on each side. It's okay if you're crossing here. Okay, no problems. Inhale, exhale. Good. Stay up nice and tall, please. And then switch. Yay. Great job. Okay, so now we're going to stretch with this. So you can cross here and widen your knee out to the side. So I'm crossing left ankle over right, widening the left knee out. Or I can cross my legs like I'm having coffee and cookies with my friends. Or I can make the number 4 position here, which not everybody can do. But whichever position you choose, make sure your foot is flexed and strong on the leg that's crossing over. Sit up as tall as you can. So whichever position you've chosen, sit up as tall as you can. Rise up out of the bowl of your pelvis. Going to lift that plant up just a little higher. And once you sit up tall and press back and down, you may feel some stretching going on in that outer hip. And you have the option to make more stretching by hinging forward, keeping the back nice and long and flat. That works for some folks. And this is going to work whichever leg position you've chosen. Okay? You know, it doesn't matter if your legs are crossed, right? Or if your ankles are crossed, if you hinge, you're going to feel a little bit more. But you've got to let that knee widen out. That's the key. All right, come on back up. Uncross. There's another leg. So again, you're either crossing at the ankle with the right leg and widening the knee out, or you're crossing here like you're having coffee, really hugging the inner thighs, or you're crossing like the number 4 position or the needle. But keep the foot flexed regardless of which one you choose, okay? So if you're doing this regular cross-legged position, hug your inner thighs together, squeeze your butt a little bit, and really lift up out of the chair. And then if you want to add a little hinging, you're going to feel some added stretching. And that's completely up to you. But always sit up nice and tall. Breathe, breathe, breathe. In almost every yoga posture, we're rooting down in one place to rise up in another. In order to have great mobility and the power of expression, right, that we use our arms for and our upper body, we have to be stable and grounded and rooted down through our lower body. Breathe, breathe, breathe. You're doing great. Nice hip stretch. And then come on up. And ooh, that's a wonderful feeling. Yep. Okay, so let's take a sit back in the chair. So when I sit back in the chair, I really widen my butt back and I lead with my back end. And I let it get back there first. And then I sit up. And I really feel like I don't need the back of the chair, because when I take my hips back first and then sit my spine up nice and long, I am naturally away from the back of the chair. And I can feel my lower back has its neutral curve, which is great. So I'm going to sit up with my feet on the floor. And I know it's very typical to want to roll your knees out when we sit, but let's try not to do that, right? That's going to over tighten some of the muscles that we worked hard to stretch this evening. So feet about hips width apart or wider, but flat on the floor. And if you're a shorter person and your feet don't touch the floor easily, try to find a lower chair or place something underneath your feet so that you do feel more comfortable and your feet can flatten down. So I'm sitting tall. Now I'm going to roll those shoulders back and down, just like we did before. Inhale and exhale, up, back and down. Relax my hands on my thighs. Move the back of my skull back, let my chin be parallel to the ground. Now let's take some inhales and exhales. You can close your eyes if you like. And use your exhales to relax different parts of your body. Take a nice inhale. As you exhale, just let go 10%. Just let your body soften 10% more. This could be your posture, this could be your hands, your feet. And then take some more deep breaths in and out. And each time you exhale, let something else soften down. It could be any part of your body. Just relax another 10 or 20% more. Breathe. So if everything is stacked up, your pelvis is in the right position, nice and even in the chair. See if you can keep your shoulder joints back over your hip joints. So each time you inhale and then exhale to soften and settle and release down, you still stay upright. That's the power of alignment. Our body is made to stack in specific ways to keep us lifted, to keep us up, to help us motor forward, backwards, sideways. So when we align our joints, we align and pay attention to the position of our hips, our skull, atop our neck, our shoulders away from the ears and back in line with the hips. There's a natural settling that occurs. So you are upright and aware, but also softened and relaxed. A few more deep breaths, feeling the relaxation in the bottom of the feet and the fingers. Sit and know you are sitting. Breathe and know you are breathing. And when you're ready, you can gently open your eyes. Begin to move a little bit here and there, feet and toes. Did a great job with your chair yoga practice with me this evening. I honor the divine teachers within all of you. May we all find peace, no matter what temperature we are given outside. Take a nice big breath in, inhale here. Exhale, hands to heart center. Namaste, my friends. Namaste.